This is Mr. Martin. This is section 3.2. This is video number 2. So in video number 1 we talked about 3 methods for proving triangles are congruent. So we had side, side, side. So if we got the 3 sides of one triangle congruent to the 3 sides of another triangle, then we could guarantee the triangles are congruent. We had side, angle, side. So we would get 2 pair of the sides congruent on the triangles and the included angle. Remember, that included part is really important. From one triangle congruent to the 2 sides and included angle of another triangle congruent. Or we had angle, side, angle. So 2 angles and the included side. So what we're going to do right now is look at these examples. Remember, your notes, the back didn't photocopy, so you'll just have to draw the pictures and fill in the tick marks. So for the first picture we had tick marks like this. So we had tick marks on 3 sides, and then we had tick marks over here. Feel free to pause the video and see if you can figure out which of our 3 methods. So we can see based on the tick marks that we have 3 sides of the triangle on the left congruent to the 3 sides of the triangle on the right. So these triangles can be proved congruent by side, angle, side, side, side. Sorry about that. Okay, side, side, side. Alright, moving on. So go ahead and draw triangles that are somewhat close to this. So we're going to have tick marks that look like this. So make sure you draw these tick marks on yours. So we can see that we have 2 pair of angles and a pair of sides. Now, in order to use angle, side, angle, we need to make sure that that side is included. So we can see that the angle is in between, or the side is in between the 2 angles. Therefore, we can use angle, side, angle to prove these 2 triangles congruent. So let's take a look at this one. Let's say we've got these congruent and these congruent, and these angles over here congruent. So in this one we've got 2 pair of sides and a pair of angles. So if you want to pause the video and see if you can come up with a way to prove these triangles congruent. So hopefully you notice that the angle that we're given is not the included angle. It's not the angle in between the 2 sides. If it was the included angle, it would be this angle over here and this angle over here, but it's not. It's the angles in the on the right sides. So since the included angles are not congruent, really there's no method that we can use to prove these congruent. So can not be proved congruent. Okay, and this is just based on the tick marks that we're given. Alright, let's take a look at number 4. Let's say I've got this angle and this angle, and then this angle over here, and this angle over here. Alright, so go ahead and pause the video, see if you can come up with a method. We can see that we have 2 pair of angles and that these triangles, they also share a side. So we talked about the reflexive property where a segment is congruent to itself. So this segment in the middle, it's a part of both triangles. So we're going to use it as a part of both triangles. Therefore, this is my tick mark that I like to use for reflexive sides and reflexive angles. Use whatever you like. We can see we have angle, side, angle, and this reflexive side is actually included. So these 2 triangles can be proved congruent by angle, side, angle. Alright, remember, pause the video so you can sketch in your triangles. Let's take a look at one more example. Let's say I've got this, and this, and this, and over here I've got this, and that also. Alright, so if you want to pause the video and see if you can figure out if there's a method that we can use. So we can see we have 2 pair of sides and we also have a pair of angles, and in this case the angles are included in the sides. So for this one we could use side, angle, side to prove that these two triangles are congruent. Now keep in mind these are just some very, very basic examples of what it would look like in the picture to prove triangles congruent. When you do the example problems, the proofs that I gave you, you're going to actually have to get 3 steps within your proof that will have these corresponding parts. So if you're using side, 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 somewhere in your proof you need 3 steps that have sides congruent. If you're using side, angle, side, you need 2 pair of sides, and you need the included angles congruent. So that will be 3 steps within your proof. So go ahead and go on to the next video with the examples, and again, make sure you write down any questions. If you have questions and you don't write them down, you're going to forget, and make sure that you ask me in class and get help when needed. See you next time.